Design to me is really ubiquitous. It's in our everyday and it is really everywhere. I mean, if you think about it and if there's something not right in the way that you're doing things, it probably is because it isn't, something somewhere isn't designed correctly. For the whole of my life, I had the presence of my architect father, but I must say that his presence wasn't, any more overbearing than my mother's, who's also like a very driven tech entrepreneur. So I don't know if that was inspiration really to become an architect. This whole thing kind of happened just by chance. But I remember once in architecture school is when I realized that, hey, this is my calling. I really felt like this is where I really want to be. I want to be an architect. I am second generation in a firm that was begun in the 80s. We're a heady concoction of people with wisdom. I mean, we joke and call them dinosaurs. But there's also then this kind of new energy coming in with all the youngsters. And it's in this kind of synthesis of the wisdom versus new energy that I think our USP really lies. As a firm, we've really built a name for designing spaces for education. And for me, it was a challenge from the start. We had this extremely long list of requirements on an extremely tight urban site. We looked at this kind of cross-section, opening out the school, so you never really feel like you're in this claustrophobic space. We actually built the entire thing on a basement, which actually has parking for 40 buses. We were keen on getting a sense of vibrancy to the school. Each corridor is kind of marked by one significant color tone. Also this natural wood, just the kind of idea of birch frames, which also kind of make these little portals through which they can experience the amphitheater below. One of the most exciting things about being an architect is that a new project is just absolutely new. The process really begins with this kind of intense moments of exchange, ideas, collaboration with the client. There's no one solution, one great design. With the second or third brainstorm with the client, it's really about creating scenarios. Somewhere in between that we really find the kind of pulse to take this up to the next gear. Jamjar Hill Road, Bandra, was the first project that I worked on and something that will always be the closest to me. We really had fun working on that project. We stripped open existing ceilings. We worked so closely with the chefs. We did so much research of, existing Bandra homes, and that alongside a riot of color and a lot of solid wood elements, which we do so little. It still looks so fresh every time I go there. Our role really as architects must transcend just our professions. I think it's important to be able to kind of contribute also to architectural education, and I see myself really doing that continuously over a large period of time. I also think it's important for us to really build dialogue between the architectural community and the general public, because only then is there a demand for good design. To be honest, when I received the email, I was really overwhelmed. So I'm really thankful to Forbes India for even having included architects and interior designers as a part of their general framework. I'm sure it's going to inspire us to do more, not just in the profession, but also, to the larger discourse in general.